Our final step is to package the file. Although we may be saving as we go, what we're doing is simply saving only an InDesign file. That InDesign file is linked to things such as the images, or the images are linked into the file. And we know that because there's the link symbol on this image, there's the link symbol on this image, and as well, the typefaces are actually linked into the file too. They're not, the typefaces and fonts aren't embedded in this file. So we need to collect everything pertaining to this file. Now, you don't have to always submit the package, the InDesign package, but what you're doing is maintaining an archival folder for all things pertaining to it. And especially if you're working on an ongoing project, that's important to know that you have all elements collected and they're all in one place relative to the InDesign file. One thing about that is when you're working on the file and you're saving, I'll show you, you're working on this InDesign document. Now, if I package this, it's going to create a folder that contains the InDesign document. But if you continue to work on this, you're not working on the one that's in the package. So I'll clarify that after we've seen the package, but it's just a little bit of a warning that if you package your InDesign file and then you continue to work, you'll have to repackage the file and discard the previous package because you will not be working on the actual packaged folder and file that you had just made. I think I'm confusing it more, but it will make sense in a moment. So I'm going to go to File and Package, and it's giving me a quick summary, so it gives us just a little warning to make sure that we review the links, and this has everything that we want to bring in. I know there's 2 links in there. There's nothing else, so it's just a check. It's not an alert, so to speak. And we'll go to, you can look at fonts and it tells you what it's going to collect. But really you just have to take a quick look at the summary, and eventually I get to the point where I kind of trust in InDesign too much sometimes, and I just continue on, and we're just going to click package. And it's saying it must be saved, so I must have done something since my previous save, so I want to make sure that I save this. So I'll click save, and it's going to ask me where I want to put that file. So what it's doing right now is saying save as what? Well, it's going to be a folder, so I'm going to do demo folder, and I'll just put it on my desktop for now, and it's going to contain all of these items. By default, I always suggest just leave what it's asking to save. Definitely the fonts, definitely linked graphics, and update graphics links in package. You'll want to leave that selected, and include IDML. You can leave that selected, and I always do. The reason being because if this file corrupts for any reason, and files do go corrupt, at least I know I have the IDML as a backup. So I'm kind of just covering myself in case something goes wrong with the main file. And I do that by habit because I'm using InDesign all the time for work files, and it's great to have that backup. As well, you can include the PDF print. The only thing about this is not a production-ready file. It would probably print, but it won't have specific settings. So including it again as a reference. These are kind of backup files, but including the PDF print, even at high quality print, you wouldn't be sending this to production. It wouldn't have the necessary crop marks. It may not have the bleed. It may be missing a few technical things that we absolutely want to be sure of, including color conversion and so on. So again, by default, for the most part, you typically should be fine, but these are what I always advise that you have selected. So I'm going to put that demo folder on my desktop, and I'll say package. And this is telling me that I'm copying over typefaces that may or may not be licensed. So a little bit of a legal warning. So I'll just say okay. And it's collecting all aspects of that document, and they should be in that file. So I'll hide this, Command H. Oops. Now, I showed you the folder here where we have the file that we were working on, and this file that we were working on is the one that's currently open. But the demo folder that we just created is this is the document that we just packaged. So if I kept working on my file after packaging, I would be working on this one. I wouldn't be working on the one in the package. So it's just a warning that if you package and then you continue to work, make sure that you either update the file in the package or you just toss the packaged folder you made and do the packaging again.